we talked about laughter and how much fun you have with your audience, how much fun the audience has. I have to tell you, in prepping for this, I went online, looked at a lot of videos of you, and there was one or two appearances with David Letterman where
Oh,
things didn't quite go right.
that's right.
And I've never seen a performer in you, particularly, who enjoyed the fact that something didn't go right as much as you did then, which is quite different than what you would call a standard mentalist.
I got
Wants everything to go right all the time. You're so open to whatever's going to happen.
You have to understand something that's not happening as much in broadcasting anymore. Broadcasting is becoming, the nighttime shows are becoming true program. But you have to understand that's the key. When there's humor and spontaneity, it is run with the thing. Take advantage of the spontaneity because that makes it more of an adventure. I'll tell the story now because it was one of the turning points of my life. People didn't know me that well in the States because I was doing maybe a lot of local shows in New York and some TV, but not that well known. So Steve Allen flies me out there to LA, and it's nighttime. And he's standing at the other end of a stage because it was done in a theater setting, not a TV set. It's more of a theater setting. And he's standing on the dais, the way Letterman did and everybody else did. And he says, this young man is very gifted. You probably don't know about him. So I walk out, and in those days, 60s and 70s, the lights were very blinding in broadcasting. And the moving camera, as I'm walking, had lights all around the top and the sides, and they were blinding. And like I know it all, sure, I'm looking at the camera, and I'm talking to Steve Allen, who I never met before, and saying how much I admire and so. As I'm getting closer to Steve Allen, I'm also experiencing a phenomenon called blindness, where I can't see. I go to turn to Steve Allen, trip over the dais, and fall flat on my face. My family considers it the highlight of my career. So there I'm on the floor, I'm kneeling down, and the audience chuckles, but Steve Allen wasn't the mocking type comedian. He said, "You're all right, young man, it's all right." And he was very kind to me. But a man was watching the show that night, and he saw the incident going across the stage falling. And 6 or 7 or 8 weeks later, Johnny Carson created Karnak, the Magnificent.
Oh,
Karnak falling over the table was me. So
it's great. I had no idea. That's so cool. That
well,
the mighty Karnak was based on you.
Kreskin, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for taking so much time to talk with us.
And I'm not going to say goodbye, but I'm going to say this, and I mean this sincerely, because I've said it all over the world. In the spirit of broadcasting, let's just say, to be continued.